Jesus, you're a millionaire, Josh. You can't afford a fucking Yeti blue microphone.
I guess I could.
Yeah, you should buy more land in Netherlands and not have a microphone. You dickhead. You beg to be on here. Jesus.
I didn't know it was so high maintenance.
High maintenance.
I thought you were going to say professional, but yeah, high maintenance. We're definitely demanding and
Yeah.
bougie. Bougie behemoth.
Yeah, we're putting on airs today for you, Joshua.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this level of bouge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, we carry ourselves at a very high standard. All right. It's okay. I know. I know you're used to everyone taking care of you. We still got to work down here in Shitville, Josh. All right. We still
I've heard your podcast. I know what you're working with here, fellas.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of heavy lifting on my part.
Shut up.
That's just your body.
Okay, right away.
That's him sitting up in bed.
Right away with the nastiness.
Again, I've listened to your podcast. I know what this is about.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be mean.
Yeah, why don't you start us off, Josh? Who has them?
Well, your whole head won't even fit on the screen.
Okay.
I think Josh was the first of the Denver comics to hit me with the I crushed at Comedy Works, went off stage, and Josh was like, "Hey, when are you up?" And I was like, "God damn it!" What? I think that was the first time I got smacked with that.
I know that's a made up story because you said you crushed at Comedy.
Shut up! I'm crushed. I remember. I wrote it down.
What was this? 2009? What did you crush? The stool? Come on.
The soles of his shoes.
Yeah.
My arches. Yeah. Crushed my arches.
The host toes. Who was hosting? Bob Metals?
Likely. I don't know. It was a while ago because I didn't know Josh very well. And after that, Lou liked to do that. Fucking who else? Yeah. Phil Palisol would do it.
That's just an old school welcome to the club thing,
Yeah. No, it's very fun.
My favorite one of those is wow, this lineup's a real who's that of comedy. I love that one. That was a Mikey Long.
That sounds like a Mikey Long for sure.
Yeah. Guys, we should probably introduce our guest. We are joined today. You might know him from Dawson's Creek, everyone. Joshua Jackson, everybody.
They probably know me better from your impression of me, Sam.
Oh no.
Wow. So that's actually not me. That's Becker.
No.
That's a Becker bit. I would never. I'm nothing but respectful to you, Josh.
It's not saying it's hurtful, but it's not accurate either.
So
God,
I don't know if people could tell if that was me or you talking. That's how good my impression is.
That's my impression of your impression of me. So thank you so much.
I mean, I really crawl inside of people and hollow them out and become them when I do impressions. So.
Oh, you have to say your own name a bunch of times. That's when Sam's doing an impression.
Yeah.
If it's a character that says their own name several times. I'm glad that you guys coordinated to get to do this because you hit us up like a while back and said you would do the pod.
He hits me up once a week.
And
he's offered me huge sums of money.
We never made it happen. We made sure to have Noah Reynolds and Patrick Richardson on the pod, but we didn't try to get you. So I'm glad that
they're repeat visitors, and what's a cripple got to do?
Yeah,
get pod, man. I understand. It's all Sam.
Yeah, I'm a puppet master.
Yeah, we know.
I'm trying to suppress you.
Actually, the reason why I started listening to your pod is because I heard there was an impression of me on there. So
you only started listening because you're a narcissist? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I heard the impression was so good that run for my money.
I've actually been doing cameos as you, Josh.
Okay. Well, if you'd like to start touring as me as well, you could see what a real career looks like.
Josh, I don't think I could remember all the callbacks.
That's true.
You have this delicate lattice work of callbacks you're building up to. I love Josh. Josh Blue is our guest today, everyone. If you guys couldn't tell,
10 minutes in
by the grunting and squeaking. And it's not because he doesn't have a microphone. That's just how he sounds.
Yeah, we need a microphone and a speech pathologist to clean this up.
We need an old priest and a young priest to get that devil out of you, boy. Josh, I just want to tell this fun story. Josh and I were at the club one night, and Mark Maron was on. And Josh was tuning up for like the finals of America's Got Talent or something. It was like a big thing, and you were trying to get like 5 to 7 minutes together, right?
No, it was 3 to 4 minutes.
Right. Yes. So even less time. And Josh asked Mark Maron, and you've done his podcast. I mean, you guys are, friendly at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you asked him, it was a 2-man show. It was me and Maron, and you asked to do 4 minutes to tune up for your big show. And Maron said no. And then it became personal. and Josh was like, okay, yeah, you don't want to follow me, huh? Well, have fun with Sam. And then as I'm on stage, these are Maron's first like shows back in a while. And Josh is just standing in the curtain area at Comedy Works as I'm crushing. And Josh is over there like Mr. Burns, like, yes, yes.
And I could see Maron like freaking out, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude. I was like, no way this guy can follow Sam.
Yeah. Josh was very happy. And I'll go ahead and say proud in that moment.
Well, I even said that. I was like, I'm going to stick around to watch this train wreck.
Yeah. Yeah, I told my dad that story, and he tells it to the women that he's chicken hawking in the grief groups.
That's his intro line. My son buried Mark Maron.
Yeah.
Did Josh lose the light?
Yeah, Josh Blue was watching. Rock hard.
My dad's trying to get laid. He doesn't name drop Maron. He name drops Josh. That's what he's doing. Yeah.
That's more my demographic, older women.
Yeah, with dead husbands. Or sons. There's all these like ladies in the grief groups who like their kid died like 17 years ago and they're still going in there. It's like, come on, get over it,
man.
Yeah. So anyway, Dad, wrap it up. I don't want any little brothers or sisters. Josh, it'd be a lot easier for you to join in if you weren't talking through a tin can on a string.
Yeah, well, man, due to my palsy, I'm not able to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, would we want to hear this the whole time? You hold it with the bad hand.
You can do it hands-free.
Yeah, set it down.
I'm sorry I'm not up to date on my technology for you guys.
That's all right. You're busy kicking soccer balls and cashing checks. We understand.
Ching.
Yes. Easy. This isn't a Patreon.
He said cha-ching.
Yeah, sure. Now, Josh, you want to introduce us to was this your nurse? Who else is on screen there?
Yeah. My nurse, she's a big fan as well. Now,
hey, Mercy, how are you?
Hi, great, thanks.
Good.
Mercy's a huge fan of the pod, and she's actually the one that got me into the pod. So, I'm really just here for her.
Yeah, wow. You're really distancing yourself from our fandom right away. You came in sweet, and now you're sour yet again. You're like a nerd's rope.
I keep trying to join the Patreon, and Josh won't let me.
Oh, you gotta get on there.
Because he gives you an allowance.
Yeah.
Goes over your expenses. Oh, no.
Like, we're not paying for that trash. Come on.
Josh blows his nose with $100 bills.
Just open the window to the alley and you can hear the bums fighting over who gets the closest to the trash can fire. And it's the same thing for free.
Now, Mercy, as a fan, you might be wondering, who's this other guy? It's Becker. He's not black.
It is. Yeah, it's not what I was picturing, but I did hear the episode where we explained his ethnicity.
Yeah, he's Laotian.
Laotian.
Laotian, excuse me.
He's Frank Ocean.
Josh, didn't you get in a little bit of trouble in Laos or something recently? What was it?
Vietnam. No, I went to visit my brother and I got super sick. They pulled the old sell me a water bottle that was refilled trick.
Oh, damn.
Classic Viet Cong trick.
Yeah.
That's how they almost won that war.
And then they put bamboo shoots under my fingernails.
Yeah. Yeah. In the hospital.
Yeah,
we're just going to put in an IV.
You thought your stomach hurts.
Now, were you doing a racist impression, or is that just how you talk?
That was a Sam impression.
No, it's the phone. It's the phone.
Yes, it's the phone. Yeah, I saw you in a Vietnamese hospital bed, and I was like, what did he have? Like leg lengthening surgery? What was he doing over there?
Yeah.
Second penis.
Gonna come back 6'5" and hung.
Tell you though, the Vietnamese hospital was amazing. It was way better than American hospital. I was like, next time I get sick, I'm going back to Vietnam.
Yeah, there was a lot more mosquito netting.
Just timing. They just had me in there within minutes and pumping me with IVs, and I don't know what they put in me, but
well, they thought you were some kind of trickster god, I think. They had to honor you. How much did it cost?
$200.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
CAT scans and medications, and like it was like IV. It was, I mean, unbelievably cheap. It was great.
Damn,
You were in there for a couple days?
No, just like 7 hours.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But yeah, 200 bucks. Yeah.
You were in there for 7 hours. You're really milking those posts. I thought you were in there for a month.
I posted one picture.
Yeah, right. An hour for 3 days.
I keep reposting it, but
I just kept refreshing it. I was like, what's going on? Is he okay?
he's still broken.
Yes. Josh, your brother's Vietnamese or something?
Yeah, yep, that's it.
What do you mean that's it? Isn't that true?
It's like Becker's Laotian.
Yes.
Well, my brother lives in Vietnam. He's been there for a while. Back in the day, he said if George Bush Jr. won the election, he would leave America, and he did, and he never came back.
He was the one guy that followed through on that. A lot of people said that.
Yeah.
Same with Trump, and they didn't actually. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Your brother was like, "No, I'm serious."
Yeah, he's like, I'm out.
Damn.
Yeah. He's a trip, though. If you ever go to Vietnam, let me not introduce you to my brother.
We can't stay with him.
Come on. I need a place to dry out.
That's not going to be with him, bro.
I'll be like, hey, Terry, lay down another bamboo mat. The big man's coming.
I want to see you on a bamboo mat.
Somehow I snapped the bamboo, even though it's on the ground.
Yeah. Just like old Lund crushing the stage.
Yes. Josh, it must have been fun for you because you're my connection to old Denver comedy. You know, because you were around before Caton Hall and Ben Roy, right?
Yeah, I was a little bit ahead of them. I feel like I was like the liaison between the old school and the new school. Like
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a cool time for sure.
Well, yeah, because you were like friends with like I said, like Mike Long, Troy Baxley, they all liked you. Then I was just like a nervous fat boy, 2007, trying not to stink in the green room. And then you were nice to me. And then as soon as you were nice to me, like Mike Long had to like, not spit directly into my mouth. He would aim for my forehead. Kearns wouldn't grab the tip of my dick. He'd grab by the base so it hurt less.
God, it was rough back in the days.
You weren't around, man. You were back in Vegas.
I came in 08.
Yep. Yeah, it was a different time.
And you were on the scene when in 07, Sam? That's when you started, or?
Yeah, I was in the finals of the contest in 07.
Okay.
And that was the year that Baumhauer broke both of his hands before the show.
Oh, yeah, bike riding or whatever.
Whatever it was. Yeah, definitely not, improvising an abortion or whatever it was. It definitely wasn't handling it, as he used to call it.
Jesus.
Yeah, CCOB, taking care of baby. Now, Josh, I know this might go against your family friendly brand. It's so funny. It's so So like I was in the finals of the contest in 07, and it was like me and Roger Norquist. And you used to go for the contest. You'd go and you'd draw a number out of a bucket, and that was the number you went up. And I remember I came in right after Baumhauer, who at that point was like actively mean to me, like he was not pulling any punches. And Baumhauer drew a number out, and he was like, "All right, 7," and then he put it back in, and then I drew a number out, and it was number 1. And it turned out years later, he told me that he actually drew number 1 and just lied and said it was 7. So I went on. It was like the 5th time I'd ever done stand-up. I fucking bombed. And then I was just standing in the back with Roger Norquist, like aware of the fact that my career at this point was ruined, after my 5th time on stage. And Wendy walked in and she turns to Jim Hickox, RIP, and she says, and she says, "Who's the giant stoned guy?" And I was like, "Who's this? This waitress is pretty mouthy. What's going on here?" Yeah, man. So like 07, I think, is when I really came alive. I was 19. My shoes didn't fit.
Did you ever win the contest?
No, I did not.
There's still time.
that would be crazy. I'd get knocked out by like Sammy Anzer or something because I, didn't do the robot well enough. It would be.
You have to say what you look like 8 times.
Right. Yeah.
That's the key to a solid contest set.
Yeah.
I look like a guy with another thing. I look like a guy, but a little different.
The last time I did it, I didn't make it past the 2nd round, and I was like, "Well, it's so embarrassing."
What? I don't remember that.
Yeah, dude, Bob Gaudette knocked me out.
Well,
you little bitch. That's hilarious.
You did it, Lund?
Yeah, I'm when I moved to Denver in 08, it had already started. So I was in the contest 09 and 10 and 11, and I made the finals each time. I think I might have won the first year, but Troy Walker got it. Like he went up first and had a good set. I went up like 6th and destroyed. And so like everybody thought I had it, but he won. And I think it might have been because the year before was when, or maybe it was 2 years before when Sam was talking about Baumhauer, because he won, or he tied with Troy.
Yeah, Troy
like both won.
Troy won back to back, that fucking psychopath.
Yeah, except I think maybe that was a consolation.
The fix.
I don't know. I mean, he had a good set, but he was first. And
how deep does this thing go?
Deacon.
Yeah, Deacon might have kept that gate. I don't know, because I had been there less than a year or whatever. But
I think Deacon had a hard spot for Troy. I'm just kidding. He's dead. He can't defend himself.
On his deathbed, I'm like, "Hey, you gave it to Troy, right?" And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, 2009. He's like, "What?" He's like, "Can see God." He's like, he's on his way.
Are you the archangel? Are you here to carry me across the river?
He can see angels, and I'm just like, "Dude, did you fuck me or what?" Because it would have been cool if I could have won it right out the gate.
When I did the contest, I was in the finals, and I was like 2nd to last. And I had a killer crusher set. And then the poor guy that went on after me, and that's just so damn funny. He's like, every day I wake up and I'm just so grateful that I don't have cerebral palsy. Jesus. And then he goes, tomorrow, I don't think it's going to be one of those days.
Damn. Who was that? Michael Carter?
It was like Mike Shevin or something. I don't know.
It'd be funny Shervin. If it was sure. It'd be funny if it was Michael Carter and you crushed so bad that he follows you and then he goes home and hangs himself. He's like, "Well,
Jesus Christ." Also, why are you making Michael Carter 50 years old. He wasn't around in
Okay, yeah.
2004.
Yeah, Josh won the contest in 1988. I forgot. No, what year was that? 05, Josh?
04, I believe.
Yeah. Because I remember I came down to a new talent night my senior year of high school. I was like 17 and I came in and I saw you and you fucking leveled. And I was like, oh, you can do stand up like that? Because like my grasp of stand up at that point was like, oh, I think Dimitri Martin is funny, like like we're all like Hedberg guys at that point. And then you just see a guy fucking destroy at a comedy club and you're like, oh, you can just be funny the whole time. You don't have to take these weird, awkward pauses. You can just destroy.
It's so much more fun, isn't it?
Dude, I know. I mean, Lund probably doesn't agree with us, but that's how we like to do it.
Shut up. I mean, I love Hedberg, but
Yeah.
I also knew about different stand-up. I didn't know one guy like you.
Yeah,
I grew up with Larry Miller, man. The king.
It was you, Richard Belzer.
I was watching a lot of Larry Miller on Comedy Central and Poundstone, of course. PP.
Oh, yeah. She didn't do anything wrong. She got away with it, didn't she?
She touched a Vietnamese kid, actually.
Yeah. But she was interrogating him, so it was fair.
She put bamboo in his pee hole.
Oh.
Allegedly.
We walked Mercy. That's not good.
Yeah, she's like, now that I can see them, this is not as good.
What else is on? I think you guys, how long had you guys been together when I joined you on that road trip? You guys have been together for like a month and then I'm in the car.
Yeah, it wasn't a very long time. Less than a year for sure. And then where did we play? We played Wyoming.
No, we did like Durango and Pagosa or something, Steamboat.
You're nothing to him, Lund. You're just another fat guy who pitches on gas.
No, it was just funny because they were like excited to have a weekend together, but then I got in the car. I was like, me too.
Oh yeah, it's Josh and Mercy and Nathan Lund,
featuring Nathan Lund.
And Lund's here.
He doesn't have a car.
And he'd be at the back and put his big head between us and like, hey.
Yeah, just breathe on the side of your heads for a few days.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, Josh goes to make the move where he yawns and puts his arm around her, and Lund's like, I'm tired too.
Wait, that was Wyoming we went to with my kids, right, Lund? That was the one. Wasn't that?
Oh, yeah, the kid, yeah.
That was
we had shows with the kids too. Yeah, that was when you blasted yourself with a drink, right? And
yeah. It's like I opened a soda and it sprayed everywhere.
With the bad arm. And then, yeah, your daughter was like, get your raincoats ready.
Yeah, next time I open it, she's like, everybody put your raincoats on.
Everybody watch out. Daddy's opening a drink again.
It's not even carbonated. He opens milk, it still explodes.
That's wild too, because they were so small, and then I just saw them,
and you were so big
at the Christmas party, and they are little adults now, little young, little YAs, little teens. Crazy.
Yeah. It is insane, really, guys.
Yeah.
My recommendation is don't have kids.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm not gonna. Lund can't.
My dick
uterus is ruined.
Yeah.
Emily would be a hypocrite, you can't scrape and
you can't scrape. You can't scrape and bake. Yeah,
you can't scrape other people's ovens and then bake in your own oven. we need some consistency amongst our doctors.
That's terrible. God,
it is terrible, isn't it? But also,
is.
So glad you guys aren't having a kid. You better not.
Yeah, we better not. I don't want to. I'll leave her. I'll ditch her ass. I'll leave her barefoot and pregnant in some Reno parking lot.
Like so many good fathers before you.
Hmm? Oh, man. I'm trying to think of, I can't remember who was on, Josh, but some guy was in town and he thought he was like hot shit. It was like new talent night, and he was complaining about not closing the show because at new talent, like, you know, usually the funniest person gets to close. At least that's how it used to be. Fuck, what was his fucking? He was from San Francisco, and he had like some shitty credit that he kept like hammering. Oh, well, I'm not going to say on the pod.
Come on.
Yeah, we made it this far.
Fuck
It
'em.
was, I think it was Pablo Francisco, dude. I think Pablo Francisco came into New Talent Night with sunglasses on and was like, I'm going up last, right? And you were going up last. And he had like a fit and he left with his gaggle of weird openers that he keeps around him.
Huh. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yep, those were the days.
Yo quiero go last.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, damn it. That wasn't him.
In a world where
that
I
was-
was not closing.
Right, that's right. I was
Yeah.
doing Carlos Alazraki.
Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah, you got it.
In a world where I'm doing check drop.
Why am I not closing? he used to do the girl voice. Yeah. Why am I
Yeah.
not closing?
Mhm.
I want to go up last.
Josh, I just ran into someone, Louis Michael, who sends his love to both of you up in, he's either somewhere in Michigan. I don't know where you were. But
You just worked with old Louis.
yeah.
You wrestled them for me. Thank you.
Yes. He kept saying that you were threatening him a lot.
I kept slamming him into the wall in the hallway.
Yes.
Bullying him.
Yeah.
He's like a big pork chop of a guy too. He shouldn't have been able to be so manhandled by me, but
Yeah. He's like a golden retriever of a human being. It's like
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
shaking keys for him all the time.
he loved it.
Yeah. He loved you and he loved Mercy a little more than you.
Well, who doesn't really?
That's
Lund doesn't. He's always saying that. He's like, I'm a Josh guy.
do you two know that, you know, thanks to you, we had that wonderful night at Coors Field watching the Lumineers.
Oh my
and
God, yes.
Sam's response to such a nice gesture was to take his dick out at our seats and
Allegedly.
whiz onto my feet, onto my wife's feet.
That's
That's what
on
he
your
did.
feet.
You might as well have. I'll bet there was some splash.
I pissed near your feet.
You peed in your seat?
Yeah, it was on Coors Field.
Oh Lord.
What? I was wearing those short shorts and I snuck it out the bottom and was like rocking along and just happened to be urinating at the same time.
Is there a yellow spot in the grass now?
Yeah.
Grass will never grow there again.
I cost the Montforts millions of dollars. Yeah, Lund thinks it's so crazy that I pissed out the bottom of my shorts at a
It
concert.
is. There's 900 bathrooms at Coors Field.
I didn't want to leave.
Oh yeah, you were wrapped. You wanted to hear all the hits that you love so much from the Lumineers.
I didn't want you to make a move on my old lady. I can't trust you around here.
Yeah, he was marking his territory.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very cool.
There's 12-year-olds with their dads all around us, and then he decides to take a piss where we're standing. I couldn't believe it.
No, there weren't. We were in the section where it was like friends and family. So it was a bunch of like women with those big Undertaker hats posing for selfies, and then just me with my little dick in my hand peeing on the ground, pretending to sing along because I don't really know any lyrics.
So other than that, it was a very fun night.
Yeah, that was great.
That is, I'm not gonna get that out of my head now. So
Yeah,
I'll
it's
never-
catchy.
I'll never go back to Coors Field.
Yeah, right, dude. You're gonna be like playing. You're gonna be like doing like 3 nights at Coors Field soon. You're fucking
Let's
huge.
do it. Let's do it.
I always forget, like, well, I mean, I don't. What's funny, dude, about you is I see you, like, I'll come down and watch you like do an hour once a year, and it's just the hardest you can kill in a nightclub. Like, I don't think anyone kills as hard as you do. And then you get off stage and you're like, these fucking animals. Like, you know exactly what you're doing. You think I'm a puppet master? You're the puppet master. You're up there playing them like a fucking orchestra, and I'm like, you get off and I'm like, whoa, and you're like, yeah, another day at the office. You're worse than me.
These callback pigs just waiting for their
Yeah.
slop.
The Omaha.
T-shirt bandits.
Dude, that thing you do or you used to do where you'd say, remember from earlier, and like they love it, but it's you just like having active disdain.
I I literally call my audience dumb like 8 times in the show.
Yes.
They love it.
They do. They love it.
Remember you asked me the other day, like, why do they like you?
And you were like, shut up. Don't look me in the eye.
Somebody brought me a gift at the last show the other day. They had like handmade this big board and they were holding it up. And I was like, what are you doing? What are you holding up? They're like, I made this for you. It took me days. I was like, I don't want that trash. I was like, trash, like an old lawnmower or something.
What was on the board?
It was like, it says, Kansas City loves you, Josh.
That was just a sign. You leave it in the green room.
Yeah, you rip it in half.
No, I gave it to someone else. But he did hang it up in his bar, so that's cool.
Oh, that's good.
But it had like the Kansas City Chiefs logo. I'm like, I'm not a Chiefs fan. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
What are you, a Vikings fan?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. You're fucking secretly from Minnesota.
Yeah, man. It's
Yeah.
not a secret now that it's out on your pod, huh?
You can do the accent now.
But you betcha I can.
When did you come to Denver, Josh?
2001.
Did you start stand up there or in Denver?
Well, I actually started in college in Olympia, Washington.
Oh yeah, you went to fucking Evergreen.
Yeah, I went to Evergreen. Started doing like open mics on campus for like, music and poetry and shit. And then I was up there like, hey, I got palsy.
And they're like, boo! You're silencing the voice of a POC. Dude, Evergreen is weird, dude. You probably got class credit for like doing open mics.
You know what? So actually, you can create your own courses.
Yeah.
And my senior year, I studied stand-up.
God.
Why do you know so much about it, Sam?
Because I tried to live in Olympia for like a month.
You did?
Yeah. It was the classic story of moving to Washington and the sun didn't come out for 30 days. And I was like, I can't fucking handle this. But my buddy Bonzo was living up there with his parents and I lived with them. And like during the day, I would be so bored. I would just go to Evergreen and like audit classes. Yeah, I would just like go sit in and like watch them talk about like Japanese puppetry in the 20s and be like, whoa, these kids are so evolved. And also, the girls didn't have very high standards.
Oh, you were cleaning up.
I did okay. That was the only reason I almost didn't leave Olympia because I was like, God, my dick is fucking chapped.
It's really cool. Actually, Evergreen just asked me to do their commencement speech this year for,
Awesome.
Damn.
Pretty
That's cool. Yeah.
That is cool,
Cool
man.
honor.
Yeah, that rules. Are you gonna do it or are you booked?
I said, fuck off, man.
Yeah. You're like, I need a 70-30 door deal.
No,
The graduates have to pay to get in.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing it, and then I'm going to do a show that night in Olympia, too. So it's cool.
Dude, Olympia is such a charming town. When you were up there, dude, was there that old man riding a bicycle covered in cats?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Olympia is like it's like Boulder times a billion. It's like even more kitschy and weird.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
It's super strange, man.
It's secretly the capital, too.
Yeah.
Oh, I know about it.
No, you don't.
I know them all.
That's good, Lund.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before. I've proven myself.
When is that? In July?
June. Yeah.
Damn. Who are you bringing to open, Steve?
Yeah. I gotta get to work on writing a speech, though. That's the key.
Yeah. I mean,
Put some callbacks in there. You'll be fine.
callbacks.
Oh, I am. I can't.
Oh man, you're gonna kill.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make the faculty nervous. I know that much.
Yeah, but then they can't be mad at you because they're like so progressive there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you get away with murder.
You're gonna be brave no matter what you say up there.
Yeah. automatic standing ovation.
Damn straight.
You're gonna
Yeah, I
have
mean-
a lot of signs that you have to throw away after.
Yeah.
I don't want that trash.
Olympia. Olympia loves you.
No, all the signs are going to say hate is not welcome here.
Stop doing the Vietnamese voice.
We heard you on Chubby B. Why didn't you have a microphone? How's that for a callback for your candy ass?
I have no fear that nobody's gonna hear me on this anyway. So
No, man, you're gonna get fucking swamped with the most dangerous fan base you've ever come across.
Lund guys, attack.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna ask earlier, how much
money do you make a weekend?
Yeah, how much do you ask for? No. How much have you had people come see you from after seeing you on America's Got Talent and then being like offended or surprised? Like, do people reach out, email you, or say anything? Or is that more smooth sailing?
It's been surprisingly less than I thought it would be because obviously AGT is such a family friendly show, and then I don't give a fuck when you're at my live show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I give them the business, and I've only had a few recent ones that were like, I was so offended by the filth that was coming out of your mouth. And I was like, fuck off.
I wish I could put this email in the trash. But did they come up after the show, or was it a message online?
It was a message later.
Coward.
Like right after I toured, my tour was after I did AGT. My tour was called "As Not Seen on TV," trying to give them a little heads up, like, yeah, this is not what you're used to.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
Josh, I don't know. I don't know if you want to talk about this, but I feel like you were
The
kind of
allegations.
no, I feel like you told me. Well, you were kind of relieved when you didn't win, right?
Yeah. It's one of those things. Obviously, if you win, then you get tied into like these contracts, and you got to go to like Vegas and be part of the show. And I did not want to do that. Like everybody that did the Vegas show just said it was hell on earth. They had to do I think they had to do 9 shows a week.
Jesus Christ.
10-minute sets of squeaky clean or all that. And just like, they want to control every part of it. And, getting third place just let me go and do all this on my own, which is amazing.
Well, yeah, because you get all the followers and shit, and the people but they're buying your tickets.
Right. And
yeah.
I mean, just the bump I got from this is like, unbelievable.
I mean, if you thought that was a big bump, wait till you get the Chubby Behemoth bump. There's going to be a bunch of people with bumpy heads coming up to you.
Fupas.
Hey. We don't have female listeners. You know what's weird, dude, is whenever I meet a female Chubby Behemoth fan, they're like usually a real solid 8. Like Mercy's a beautiful woman. Mercy like represents like most of our female fan base, but then they always show up with these men that are like toad swallowing like light bulb eaters, and it's like damn, you got to get out of this, baby.
Speaking of toad.
No.
Oh shit. We're not allowed to talk about him.
Josh can do what he wants.
Yeah.
Hey,
You want to talk about Toad, Josh?
where could we see these pictures you had people draw of him? I really want to see.
That people draw of him?
Yeah, dude.
People draw pictures of toad.
Yeah. Remember the toad posts, Lund, that were like very active on the Chub Reddit for a while until we suppressed them?
I guess not. I just know, it got a little weird because he's dead. And so it wasn't our other big guest, Noah Reynolds, wasn't stoked. He won't be stoked about this either. Hi, Noah.
Oh, he'll be so stoked that Josh mentioned him at all. Well, I guess he didn't even mention him. He just mentioned his dead cousin. But still.
I do love me some Noah, though.
Yeah, man. Me too. We're in the minority on that one. People hate him on this podcast because he comes on and we'll be like, "So Noah, how was your weekend?" And he's like, all Marx Brothers. He just goes straight Zeppo. He's like, yep, yep. Yeah, he like can't say a sentence.
That's how he is, though.
Yeah, I know, but we like him. We're charmed by him.
I know. He's like a comics comic, I think. Or is this like when he's on, fun to watch him, you know?
Yeah, yeah. He's a comics guy. He's Stephen Wright.
The crowd, not so much.
Yeah. Too bad the crowd isn't comprised of all comedians. Because if that was the case, Noah would be the biggest act in the world.
Be cashing checks.
Yeah.
I wanna bring him on the road with me, but I'm not sure. My people said no.
It's funny because we know who your people are. And they're like very important in the develop of Noah as a Denver comedian.
They said not yet.
Yeah. They
Gotta
said
let it marinate. They said
Not ready.
Yeah, he needs to get, more. He needs to get 20 minutes together. I've had him featured for me a couple times, and it's I always think he's funny, but like every time he's featured for me, it's like, oh no, my mom is here, or like my grandma's friend is here. So he's just so nervous and spazzes the whole time.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Sand Creek, huh?
Yeah. Who, Josh, have any of our friends opened for you and then not been asked back?
Lund.
Yeah, Lund.
fuck you. That is not true. Your people like me.
No. I feel like everybody's done really well. I mean, as you know, the Denver scene has so many amazing people to draw from, and like, it's just fun to bring your friends up. How many times have we gone together, Sam? Twice, maybe?
I think that I've done a couple of those like Comedy Works Entertainment gigs with you back in the day.
Yeah.
But unlike most of the people who open for you, I'm already selling tickets,
Yeah. Well,
I'm booked.
Well, yeah. I mean, but before you were selling, I think you came on a couple times.
I did, dude, and you were always the man. And you know what I was always fucking surprised by was because I like to have a couple beers, but the amount of Budweisers that you can consume without becoming a fucking piss pants ragdoll is insane.
Well, I already come in as a ragdoll.
But I've like seen you like drink some epic levels of Budweiser bottles and been like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to carry him out of here. And then at the end of the night, I'm like, fucking cross-eyed and drooling, and you're like, yeah, fuck, I'm back to the hotel with you, pigman.
Poke you with a stick.
Dude, my favorite thing is watching you clear a pipe because it is insane. You've seen this, right, Lund?
Yeah.
Yeah, where he just has like
just blast it.
Josh has like fucking, quadruple blown pipes because in order for him to clear them, he has to smack them against any metallic surface he can find. and then he'll load another one and there's just like shards of glass in it and he doesn't care.
That's what
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I gotta get high, right, guys?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Sam, you just made me think about how funny I have found it where Josh will have a beer and or a joint wherever he wants, and I've never seen anybody like say anything. Like everybody's like weird about it, and so Josh just will crack one or light one up inside, whatever, and people just be like, "Oh yeah, it's so nice to have you here," and you can tell they, if they're like the building owner or something, or we're in Nebraska where weed isn't legal, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's really nice that you came through," and but they don't say shit, and so he'll just be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have a good time."
Yeah,
just fucking drinking outside, smoking inside.
I've been in a bar and be like, "Hey, can I get another one of these?" And they'll be like, "We don't serve that here, sir."
You didn't get dialed in like William Montgomery. He used to have a backpack with several different bottles and cans of beer so that he could match whatever was being sold in the bar. He was
If William kept drinking, he would sound like Josh right now. I remember coming in to host like pretty early on. I don't think I was even paid yet, and I was hosting for one of your weekends at Comedy Works, Josh. And you were smoking a joint when I walked in the green room, and I was like, "Oh no!" Like everyone's gonna be mad at you. And I was like, "What? You can smoke joints in here?" And you were like, "You can't." But I sold out all these shows. So they kind of really don't care about what I do. Yes, that rules.
It's true. That's what a hippie man always said. I always defer to the biggest name in the room.
Yeah.
What they're doing.
Well, I mean, like they just started unlocking the Red Bull cooler for me when I headline. You know, like
man, that's a big step in a career.
I know. Well, dude, I'm serious. I used to go in there and like, you know, there'd be like 50 people in the crowd on a Wednesday and the Red Bull cooler would be locked. And I'd be like, oh, damn. But now that they sell out, that cooler is open and active. And I just make Noah shotgun them and then I shove them on stage. I put him in on that freak.
Blah, 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 blah.
There's definitely a lot of comics who think that if they're in the green room with somebody who's smoking weed, that they can get in on it. And it's like, nah, it's not really. Like, I don't know. People just be like, oh, it's cool. It's like, not so much. I would say if you are the one that gets caught with, you know, holding it, smoking it, then it's not gonna work out for you.
Yeah, it's like, did you win Last Comic Standing? No.
Did you help build this place? No.
Yeah,
Then maybe go into the alley.
How many Teslas have your weekends bought Wendy?
I think all the ones that she's had.
Yeah, I know.
Sam, you know, show I remember we opened for Kate and Holland and the power was out.
Oh yeah, that was so much fun.
That's such an amazing night.
I
And
know,
they were like
dude.
trying to decide whether they're still going to do it, and they're like, "Well, the people are here. Let's just light some candles." And we just did it with no microphone and just candles.
Yeah.
Such a cool.
That was so special. Well, they didn't want to piss off those 60 people there to see Adam. No, it was like packed and sold out, and there was candles, and
they had given away a lot of free tickets. They didn't want people to throw them away and not come back.
They didn't want to send home the second server. Tanya needed that money.
I was very jealous when I saw pictures of that that night. I was like, oh man, that looks so cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Remember I got you in the green room that night?
Oh yeah, what happened?
Remember there was no electricity, or candle in the green room, and I was just in there in the dark, and then I see Sam's bulk come in the door, and I'm there, and I go, "Hello, Clarice."
Yes, dude. Scared the shit out of me.
He shrieked.
Well, it's one thing when it's someone in the green room, but when it happens to be Josh, it's all magnified. Yeah, dude, you got my ass so good.
That's so great.
Yeah. Well, also, what you're forgetting is also like Steve AJ was in there, and I didn't even notice.
Oh boy!
What? Come on.
What? I said, oh boy.
Yeah, you're
getting in there. I'm weighing in. I'm writing this down.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know, dude. It's really hard for me when I hear like the young comics complain about Comedy Works, because like obviously there's 800 people signing up for New Talent Night, and it's different than like when we were going down there and there was 12 of us, and they, but man, I fucking love that club, and I become like such a company man about that place. Like I have these like maternal feelings for Wendy, and like if I ever hear anyone like bash the club, I'm like, you don't know shit. I don't know. It's very strange of me to like care that much about a place, but I really do.
I mean, I feel the same way, and I've been, obviously they took me in early in my career, and what I love about it is it's so open to new comics. Like if you want to go see a show and there's a place for you to go, they'll let you in, and they want to encourage you to learn how to be a better comic. And
yeah.
One thing I saw a lot of too is that people wouldn't take the time to stick around and watch the show or see, like, I mean, maybe I just had a lot of time on my hands when I was coming up, but I'd be at the club like 5-6 nights a week just because they would let me be there and watch all these amazing, like back when Brian Regan was still in clubs, and you know, like, you just see these monster comics, and I got to see that every fucking night. It was just a brilliant experience and educated me on the way of the club, you know, like the inner workings, like stay out of the way of the servers, tip them well, you know.
Yeah.
Just all that shit that I deal with on a weekly basis now.
Yeah, I mean, well, you work as much as anyone alive. Have you had any negative experiences on the road with any clubs?
I mean, yeah, I don't like the Hartford Funny Bone. They can
no.
They can what?
suck it.
Are you ready to burn this bridge?
They know I'm not coming back. It's just something about it. I don't know. Maybe I just have been there, and then they're like, they had me at some nice club for New Year's Eve, and then like a week out, they're like, actually, we need you to go to Hartford instead, and it just like ruined. I don't know. The clubs are great to me.
Yeah. Well, especially when you're fucking adding shows, you're packing those things in.
Right. And now, since I've been doing this like 20 years, like I know the staff in a lot of places, and it's like, it's great when you're on the road and you actually know people that you can hang out with and they remember you, and you know, it's cool.
Yeah, there's those clubs that feel like home. Like when I roll into fucking Go Bananas and like, you know everyone there. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I always forget how much I love stand-up. And then you talk to someone else who loves stand-up and you're like, oh yeah, we're the luckiest people alive. We're the best.
Gotta remember, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Josh and I have talked about how it is funny how sometimes clubs will act like that you're just another guy on stage when it's like, hey, you know, these are good shows, and like you're a good guy, so you have not had to deal with that a ton recently, but just to sometimes get reminded that some people aren't like stoked, like you just said, Sam. You don't always remember that it is special. So it's always funny to me when clubs will just be like, yeah, fucking that when the Red Bull fridge is locked. It's like,
yeah.
Not that Comedy Works does that. It was because you were a local pud who didn't.
No, it was
Red
on
Bull.
purpose. I actually saw Wendy come in and lock the door and then left the green room. And then she locked the green room behind her and was like, no.
Turn the lights off.
Yeah. Yeah. Lock up when you're done. Josh,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that you're right about just this weird family of comedians that not many of us get to do this on a weekly basis, and I always come to find that these clubs, like every club, the servers, there's always like one server that's the mom server, there's one server that's the drug hookup, there's one server that's the hoe.
Yeah, exactly. There's one server at every Funny Bone who has a baby by Robert Hopkins.
Telling tales out of school.
Well, it's just a name. I was just trying to think of a road dog. You could have said like Augie Smith. I don't know. It's insert funny road dog name here. Josh, are you always going to do New Year's? I'm at the point I got hit up to do New Year's somewhere, and I'm like, I don't know, dude. They're pretty gnarly.
I didn't do last year, and I think I'm done with it, man.
Yeah,
it's not, you know. It's too much work, and yeah.
It's a lot of work. Me and Lund did Comedy Club on State for New Year's this year, and it was a blast. But like, I think especially now for you, because when you go places, people are coming to see you. Like New Year's is like a big check, and it's nice. But
right.
God, it's such a fucking the emotional labor, to quote the books Nathan reads, is very daunting, and I don't know if I want to keep doing it.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. I really don't.
We had such a good time. What are you talking about?
I know, dude, but I had a good time because it was us. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I had
bring
a good time
me in
anywhere.
Yeah, just bring me.
Yeah, I will.
All right.
I've been having Lund out there with me, Josh. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, that's the key, is having a comedy buddy with you on the road. I think, as you know, being alone on the road is just that's the opposite of a fun comedy night. Is the day just like sitting around your room, like there's only so many forensic files and times you can jerk off before you, you know.
Before you start to question what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can only eat so many calzones in the pool before you're like, this doesn't rule. This is sad. This is a bummer.
Yeah.
Mercy, you go out with Josh, right? Like you're on the road with him a lot.
Yeah, whenever I'm in town, I go out with Josh. It helps a lot.
Yeah, and you sell his merch, don't you?
Yeah, and I sell.
Dude, I see you guys as a dream team out there, and I'm like, fuck. I need a Mercy to fucking sell my merch, because people will come up and be like, Josh, I wrote you a poem, and can you FaceTime my daughter? She's got 3 weeks sober. And Mercy's like, okay, yeah. And then she just like ushers them along and takes the $40, and I'm like, God, that rules.
Yeah, hire and come out with you.
No, I know. Yes, we should. You hear that, Josh? Your days are numbered.
You know what Mercy saves me the most is in the TSA line. I have zero patience for that shit. Really? Another random search, huh?
Oh yeah. I thought you just made her carry your drugs. That's what you meant.
You should tell them the dog story.
Yeah, no, I peace out when the dogs start following Josh. I'm like, I don't know him. I don't know what he does.
We literally had that. We were going through some terminal, and I was like, hey, do you see that dog, the police dog following us? And then we just kept walking past our gate, and it kept following us. And then I was like, okay, let's jump into this little store. And we went like to the back corner of the store, and the dog like followed us in. And Mercy, like was like, I'll be over by the magazines. and then the cop comes right up and goes, hey Josh, the dog's a big fan. I bet.
Well, what does that mean? Because there's been a lot of people have said that they aren't looking for drugs, but does that maybe mean that the dog what has been a drug sniffing dog? But
I don't think you can change them.
Yeah,
yeah,
you got to put them down.
That cop has an Instagram of his dog with people he recognizes in the airport. So the dog just needed a photo for their IG.
Oh my God.
He's a cloud chaser.
Yes.
A baseball card, playing card, like, here, take Fido's card. Like, oh.
The dog's name's Fido. like no dog in the last 80 years.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I have a heart attack. I'm about to divorce Josh. The dog just has an Instagram.
I'm having heart palpitations.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah, you're just swallowing handfuls of THC lubricant. Josh, tell the people where they can find you online.
It's just Josh Blue Comedy is all my social handles, and then I'm gonna be the next couple weeks I'll be in Kentucky at the Comedy Off Broadway. I'm gonna be at Looney's coming up in the Springs.
Josh, you don't have to do Loonies anymore. What do they have on you?
I like Loonies.
No, it's good.
I like Loonies too, but I assume that you might be moving on to greener pastures.
Oh, and then I get to go to the Funny Bone in Omaha. Have you been there?
No, but I've heard that lady's the best. I met that lady at one of your parties, and she was very nice.
Colleen is the shit, man. She's the best of all. Yeah, she's like a mother figure for sure.
Yeah, she adores you. I went to one of those parties up at your property, and it was meeting all these nice peoples and having a good time. And then I ran into this couple that used to live in Elizabeth, and their son had been incarcerated for a long time. And I asked how he was doing, and the mother started weeping really hard, and the dad lit another cigarette, even though he already had one going. And I was like, oh, okay,
Fuck.
I got to get out of here.
You knew he was locked up. You just figured they could say, yeah, he's hanging in there.
I didn't know what to do, dude. That was the only thing I knew about them. I hadn't seen them in like 20 years. And I was like, so how's Corey doing? And they were like, oh. It's like, oh, fuck. I'm out of here. I got to bail.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was brutal. Lund, where are you going to be?
I'm gonna come see you in Fort Collins
Yes.
Thursday the 16th. I'm at the Comedy Fort. There's a hell of a lineup for a showcase. I think everybody's doing 10s or something, including your second favorite opener, Courtney Baca.
Oh yeah, Baka Baka.
And the next night, the 17th, I'll be at the Coffee Joint in Denver. They don't serve alcohol, so you got to bring all your vodka in your belly. And hopefully we'll have a real good time. And
that
then
flyer they made of you is funny with the big head.
Yeah, it's just my head, and then everybody else is like torso.
Yeah.
So I look.
Everyone else is full body. They're like crossing their arms back to back, like the Twins logo. Meanwhile,
I look like fucking what's his name? The guy that snaps his fingers in Marvel. What's his name? Thanos. Yeah, I look 10 times bigger.
Sorry, Becker. I should have let you get on that one.
Get in there. And then April 7th, Lucha Libre and Laughs at the Oriental Theater. Get tickets because it's going to sell out soon.
Oh, nice. Yes, I'll be in Toronto this weekend, Friday and Saturday at the Royal Comedy Theater. There are plenty of tickets available for those shows. Like a lot. I don't know why I thought I could do a theater in Canada, but here we are. If you're at South by Southwest, hit me up. I will be at, Providence, Rhode Island. Second show added on March 23rd. Burlington Comedy Club or Vermont Comedy Club in Burlington, the 24th, 25th. New Hartford, Connecticut, the 26th. The 30th, Union Hall in New York City. Get those tickets. There's 40 left for the second show, so please sell that out. Morgantown Comedy Works, April 13th. Come to that show. Are you going to be there, Josh?
What was the date?
April 13th. It's a Thursday.
I hope so. That'd be awesome.
I'm gonna cut the power so that you can have another magical night.
Come on down. So the Lumineers are going to be there, and I'm hoping that they piss on the ground in the crowd because I got them tickets this time.
And you got to get on the Patreon.
Yeah, please get on that Patreon, man. We're really cooking over there.
Patreon.com/Chubby Behemoth. Shut up. You just said 19 dates. I'll do the Patreon.
All right.
Some of our best episodes are on there. We say it. No, we don't.
If you want to know who has them, join the Patreon, everyone, because we break it down in gory, intimate detail.
We spill the beans.
Mm-hmm.
What else, Becker? What do you got going on?
Nothing.
Nice.
Becker's got a new Ninja Turtles movie coming out.
Yeah, August 4th.
Let's go to that, Becker.
Don't plug the opening of the Ninja Turtles movie. They'll be all right.
I'm very excited. I cried watching the trailer.
Oh shit.
Lord.
This is why we don't let Becker talk much, Josh.
I totally see why.
Yeah. Goodbye. We love you. Oh wait, go ahead, Josh.
Get your raincoats ready.
What?
I'm in town for your comedy works.
Oh, sick. Come on down. You can smoke weed in the green room.
I'm gonna come bury you.
No. You can host. You can host, Josh. Do you remember when Chuck Roy buried Bob Saget from the host spot and Saget was furious?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, they're both dead now. Bye-bye.